I'm gonna have Sonny just turn it down. That's all. And focus on. That's all. That's the. Sonny. Can you move enough? Can you move enough?
Can I move yet? Where's it? Where are you going to be standing? Hold up.
I'll come to you. So, good? No, yeah. Oh. So this, all you gotta do is just looks like this.
The big lights, which would use more energy.
Oh.
When we got to the hall, we just plug it in.
Oh, perfect. How long?
Not long.
Oh, sorry. Not long. I have more flyers too. You know what? Let me get you some flyers. Joe. Turn it down.
Right. And you get like after the example, there's like a lot of reformists and electoralism, but so there's like undermining like
Brick by brick! Wall by wall! We gonna free Mumia! Brick by brick! Wall by wall! We gonna free Mumia!
Brick by brick.
Wall by wall! Mumia Abu Jamal!
Brick by brick.
Wall by wall! Mumia Abu Jamal!
Brick by brick.
Wall by wall! Mumia! Brick by brick! We gonna free Mumia! Brick by brick! We gonna free Mumia! Brick by brick! We gonna free Mumia!
Brick by brick.
Wall by wall! Mumia!
Brick by brick.
Wall by wall! Mumia!
Brick by brick.
Wall by wall! We're gonna free Mumia Abu Jamal!
Brick by brick.
Wall by wall! Mumia Abu Jamal!
Brick by brick.
Wall by wall! Mumia Abu Jamal! Brick by brick! Wall by wall! We gonna free Mumia Abu Jamal!
Brick by brick.
Wall by wall! Mumia Abu Jamal!
Brick by brick.
Wall by wall! Mumia Abu Jamal!
Brick by brick.
Wall by wall! Mumia Abu Jamal!
Brick by brick.
Wall by wall!
We're gonna free.
Mumia Abu Jamal!
Brick by brick.
Wall by wall!
We're gonna
Free Mumia!
Abu Jamal.
Brick by brick!
Wall by wall.
We gon' free Mumia!
Abu Jamal.
Brick by brick!
Wall by wall.
We gon' free Mumia!
Abu Jamal.
Brick by brick!
Wall by wall.
We gon' free Mumia!
Abu Jamal. Brick by brick.
Wall by wall!
We're gonna
Free Mumia!
Abu Jamal. Brick by brick. Wall by wall. We're gonna free Mumia. Abu Jamal. Brick by brick.
Wall by wall!
We're gonna free
Mumia!
Abu Jamal.
Brick by brick!
Wall by wall.
We gon' free Mumia!
Abu Jamal.
Brick by brick!
Wall by wall. We're gonna free
Mumia!
brick by brick.
Wall by wall!
We're gonna free
Mumia! Abu Jamal!
brick by brick.
Wall by wall! Mumia! Abu Jamal!
Brick by brick.
Wall by wall! Mumia! Abu Jamal!
Brick by brick.
Wall by wall! Mumia! Abu Jamal!
Brick by brick. Wall by wall.
Mumia! Abu Jamal!
Brick by brick.
Wall by wall! Mumia! Abu Jamal!
Brick by brick.
Wall by wall! Mumia! Abu Jamal!
That's right.
Brick by brick.
Come on. Who? How? That's right. We know why we're here, right? We know why we're here, right? We're here to free Mumia Abu Jamal. In October, they put a hearing out. We were all here 2 months ago, where Judge Lucretia Clemons said that she intends to dismiss the appeal for a new trial. But we understand that there were so many police perjured in that trial. Is that right?
Yes.
We understand that there's still evidence out there proving his innocence. Is that right?
Right.
And so we're here demanding, we're here saying today from cities across the world and across the country that we demand in the spirit of liberation and freedom that Mumia Abu Jamal be free, y'all. We demand that he be released.
Yes.
We demand that he get a new trial. We demand that he be freed like so many other political prisoners, like Sundiata Akoli, like Mutulu Shakur, like Robert King, like Herman Bell, like Jalil Muntaqim, and so many others.
Yeah.
Now is the time to do what's right. Do what's right. Do what's right.
Do what's right.
Do what's right.
Do what's right.
Do what's right.
Do what's right.
Do what's right.
Do what's right.
Do what's right.
Do what's right.
Do what's right.
Do what's right.
Now is the time to do what's right. Now is the time not to cower to what your judge friends may tell you, what your DA friends may tell you, what your attorney friends may tell you, what your political connects may tell you, what your connect and backroom deals may tell you, what people will tell you over goddamn hors d'oeuvres and happy hours will tell you. No. Now is the time to free Mumia Abu Jamal. Now is the time for that new trial. Brick by brick,
Wall by wall.
we gotta free Mumia Abu Jamal. That's right.
Brick by brick.
Come on.
We gonna free.
Who? Ha. That's right.
Brick by brick.
That's right.
We gonna free.
Who?
Mumia.
Ha. That's right.
Brick by brick.
Come on.
Wall by wall.
Who? Ha. That's right. All power to the people, y'all. All power to the people. 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 We have a very important moment in history right now where political prisoners are being released left and right. Some for the right reasons and some for the wrong reasons. Because we know that Mumia has compromised health, is that right?
Yeah.
So many of our prisoners have been delayed for too long due to elder abuse and medical neglect. They're in it for way too long to the point that our prisons have become facilities for the seniors and elderly. People in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s who are no longer a threat to society are still being denied parole. Still being denied parole for what reason? We want to make sure that they can go home, be released, and live out their days with their families and loved ones and their dignity, family, and their dignity. And so we come today, we have information, we have flyers, and we're going to make this a speak out for the community in solidarity. Because now's the time for freedom, now's the time for liberation, and for Mumia to come home. When Mumia is under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When Mumia is under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When Mumia is under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When Mumia is under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When Mumia is under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When Mumia is under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When Mumia is under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When Mumia is under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When Mumia is under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
And so we have folks upstairs packing the court. Right now, they're in the courtroom. They're here in solidarity from, again, all across the country. They've come down. That's right. Good up. We want to give love and positive vibes and energy to our entire legal team who was up there. We want to give love and positive energy and vibes to all supporters, all organizations who came out today to build, to make connections, and more importantly to show that he must come home. We know that our enemy has mobilized their troops as well, but are we scared? No. Do we have any fear? No. Are we stronger? Yes. Are we stronger? Yes. Are we more powerful? Yes. Are we going the whole length? Yes. So we're here, family. We're here to get together. We'll be here until that hearing ends. Hopefully, it'll be one of the first two cases that will be dealt with. We'll be getting updates through the morning. Hopefully, it'll be within this hour that we'll know what's going on. We're going to have some updates from folks so we can hear out, and we'll be sure to report back on what's happening. But we're going to keep the fire going down here, is that right? Yeah. Because we got to make sure that the people in Philadelphia know that their native son, our native son, is upstairs about to be dealing with his life. Here's a brother, here's a man. 41 years, y'all. 41 years. Since December 9th, 1981. 41 years of imprisonment. 41 years of poor food. It ain't right. Picture that. Being down 41 years for something that you didn't even do. Picture that. Being down 41 years when you're an innocent man. Picture that being down 41 years trying to mobilize and galvanize prisoners on the inside and seeing them go free while you're still on the inside. Being an author, being a writer, being a radical journalist, being a man who's trying to give all that he can so that people can understand not only his life is important, but all lives are important when it comes to liberation. Yes. So we demand his freedom after 41 years. We demand justice after 40 years of a conviction. Now. Justice now? 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 Justice now?
No justice. No peace.
No justice?
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 No peace.
No justice and no peace. We mean that. We're going to go wherever we need to go. We're going to be wherever we need to be in order to ensure our beloved brother's health and freedom so that he can walk these Philly streets. I want to say this too. As an announcement, if you didn't know, just this past week, a faithful group of organizers, activists, and artists were able to come together and put together for the first of its time a mural in the spirit of Mumia Abu Jamal. Now, Mumia's likeness can adorn a wall here in Philadelphia. When I tell you I felt emotional, when I tell you I was in my feelings, when I tell you that when I saw that image on the sky in West Philadelphia, emblazoned, when I tell you when I saw people walking down the street, stopping, staring, and smiling, when I tell you that I saw cars and vans driving down the street, stopping and smiling and slowing down, my heart was filled because we understand that Mumia is now immortalized in the streets that he served.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
He's not immortalized in the streets that he worked for.
Yes.
He's immortalized in the streets that he honored with his work and his writings. Right on. So what we want to do is we'll make sure that we get the location out so folks can take your own photos and pictures if you would like. But I want to make sure that I highlight one thing. The artist met with the king, and the artist said, family, can y'all find a photo of him not in prison? Right. I'm going to say it again. The artist told us, they asked a question. They made a valiant request. They said, Brother Gabe, can you find a photo of Mumia while he's not in prison? See, so many of us have seen photos through 4 decades of Mumia inside of a cage in the prison. Like you, when I visited Mumia Abu Jamal, we've had our great conversations. I've seen Mumia in the inside of the prison at SCI Mahonoi. Many of us have those photos. But it's important for the people to know this is a man we're talking about. This is a human being we're talking about. This is a father we're talking about. A grandfather we're talking about. An uncle. And a spirited black man. I'm going to say it like that too. Activist. Journalist. Writer. Right? Voice for the voiceless. Black Panther. And so it was key for us to see a photo. And so when you do see the mural, you will hopefully love it in the same way that we love it as well. So with that being said, family, we're going to open it up with some solidarity messages from the family. If you want to provide a message of solidarity while we're out here, we want to do that because we want to acknowledge that we're all here out in the rain, but no rain. We're going to stop our show, is that right?
That's right.
Is anybody here ready for the rain?
Mumia.
We're here for Mumia.
We're here for Mumia.
All right?
That's right.
So, if anybody has a message in that solidarity, feel free to step up. We'll have you speak out. Keep it focused on Mumia, right? But we do want to hear your message, and we want to make sure that that love is felt throughout the whole city of Philadelphia and the world.
Oh, yeah, sure, man.
All my brothers to pick up as always. Step up to Philadelphia.
Oro. Free the Panthers, free them all. Free Mumia Abu Jamal. Free the Panthers, free them all. Free the Panthers, free them all. I think a lot of what's been needed to be said has been said by Comrade Gabe in the previous protest that most of us was in attendance at. But one thing I think that needs to be raised is the betrayal of Larry Krasner against not only Mumia Abu Jamal, but the struggle for black liberation. Because the reality is that Krasner could have took a different stance around this question from what I understand. And even if Krasner wanted to, he is incapable of leading a struggle to overturn the colonial state and the dictatorship of the colonial capitalist ruling class whose interests it protects. Krasner never criticized this system, even as he claimed to have pursued justice around the murder of Africans killed by police when Supreme Court told him that the police was justified in using lethal force against David Jones. Krasner didn't come back and call for revolution. You know, he said his hands are tied and there's nothing he can do. And he could have took a similar stance. He could have took a different stance around the question of Mumia Abu Jamal, and if anything, condemning the system as a clear dictatorship. That means rule without regard for law. And this type of prosecution and aggression around the question of what somebody stands for politically, which is what the case of Mumia Abu Jamal is all about. Mumia is in prison because he was a vocal critic of the colonial state in Philadelphia, exposing so-called corruption in the Philadelphia Police Department. This was the basis of Mumia being clearly framed up. And the fact that the entire court system has refused to release Mumia Abu Jamal is a statement that the system as a whole is willing to break its own law in front of the entire world audience in order to suppress revolutionary ideas and activity from the oppressed and exploited black community. And it's, we know it's a question of the oppression of black people because there's dozens of other political prisoners, veterans, prisoners of war from the Black Power Revolution who still dwell in the prisons, including the Angola 3 in Louisiana and others. And the only reason why any of our political prisoners are being released is not because the white power court system has changed its mind and found a heart, but because of the resistance of oppressed peoples, particularly the African working class, in its most recent wave and campaign of resistance starting with Ferguson, Missouri, in response to the murder of Mike Brown, all the way up to the protests that occurred and rebellions that occurred in response to George Floyd. And this is what made it necessary for the U.S. colonial government and court system to begin to make some types of reforms around critical questions like that of the release of political prisoners. And even, as we see in the city of Philadelphia, how the city council got a new ordinance passed that restricts police ability to pull somebody over for low-level traffic offenses, the reforms around marijuana law. All of these reforms have essentially been implemented as a means of undermining revolutionary struggle from the masses of the people. And so the reason why Mumia's case is so important is because the act which he is alleged to have committed, which is killing police, is the very form of resistance that colonial capitalist state cannot tolerate. They can find ways to compromise and even grant certain reforms, but for the slave to pick up a gun and to kill an overseer or a representative of the colonial state which protects the system of slavery is intolerable. And Mumia represents such resistance. Even as all the forensic evidence points to his innocence, Mumia was part of a revolutionary struggle in the 60s and even 70s that called on black people to engage in revolutionary struggle and revolutionary violence. And this is why Assata Shakur is still being hunted down like an animal with a $5 million bounty on her head via Barack Obama and the Democratic Party. And they said Assata can go free. They still gunning after her, and that's part of the basis of the U.S. government's war on Cuba and the Cuban Revolution. So we know that we are dealing with a system that cannot be reformed and cannot solve all of the problems in the final analysis, but a system which must be overturned through revolution and building a movement not only for political activism like this, but in the final analysis to achieve political and economic independence for African people. State power. State power. That's right, state power. Because in the final analysis, the police and the overseer is there to protect an economy that's built on the exploitation and theft of African labor. So the ultimate aim of any struggle to free Mumia or any other reform that we call for must be tied to the struggle to achieve state power, economic independence, political independence, black self-determination for African people and oppressed people around the world. Uhuru.
What's the call? What's the call? What's the call?
What's the call?
Free them all!
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 That's right. We're going to keep these moving. We're going to bring up our next speaker. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Good morning, everyone. Just checking that people can hear me. Okay. Oh, louder. Okay, I can do that. Good morning, everyone. My name is Caitlin. I'm a member of the Revolutionary Internationalist Youth, and we're here, part of a contingent with the Internationalist Group from New York. So I'm happy to see people are out here in the rain. We'll be here, rain, sleet, snow, cold, sunshine, to support and stand in solidarity with the most prominent class war prisoner in the United States, who is Mumia Abu Jamal, and to demand once again for his freedom. I think we're all very aware that to win Mumia's freedom, will be a question of power and mobilizing the people who have that power to send a message. And that message is to free Mumia. A few weeks ago, the Biden administration passed a bill that stopped what would have been the largest railroad worker strike in history. Biden, the Democrats and the Republicans, including the so-called, squad, used the Railway Labor Act to stop a strike. Now, why would they do that? Why would they do that? Well, because a railway strike of that magnitude would have crippled the economy. It would have cost them, the ruling class, upwards of $2 billion a day. That's no small change. Because the ruling class knows very well the power that the working class has to uproot this society and to smash capitalism and to do away with racism and all the other filth that capitalism produces. So that's why the ruling class tries so hard to chain that power. And we need to break that chain. Because the power of the working class needs to be unchained and mobilized to win the freedom for Mumia and all class war prisoners. And we've already seen examples of this. In April of '99, school teachers in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, stopped work for Mumia. And the next day, longshoremen shut down the West Coast, demanding his release, chanting, "An injury to one is an injury to all. Free Mumia Abu Jamal." In 2008, there was a port shut down again against the U.S. occupation of Iraq and Afghanistan. In 2010, there was a port shut down against the murder of Oscar Grant. And on Juneteenth of 2020, during a summer of mass protest against unending racist police murder, the longshoremen shut down all 29 ports again against police brutality and systemic racism. And most recently, Local 10 of International Union of Painters and Allied Trades passed a resolution highlighting how Mumia was railroaded to jail, sentenced to death by a racist hanging judge at a rigged trial, and ever since prevented by the capitalist judicial system from proving his innocence. And most importantly, that resolution demanded the freedom for Mumia. As Mumia said himself in the response to this resolution, it used to be that unions were among the most progressive sector of the population. And that's because they had a working class consciousness, which unites people across boundaries of gender, boundaries of so-called race, boundaries across nationality. Our task today is to raise that consciousness amongst everyone else, and to show that the power of the working class is stronger than any obstacle that the capitalists try to put in its path. To bring Mumia's case to young people, and anyone who's serious about fighting racism and struggling for a society where all oppressed people are liberated and free, continues to be extremely important. Because that's what Mumia represents for people the world over. From the United States to France to South Africa to Brazil, he symbolizes the fight against the racist death penalty, and he represents the struggle for Black liberation and the liberation of all oppressed people. So let's free Mumia.
Yeah! Free them all, free them all, free them all, free them all.
Free 'em all.
So last week at our virtual rally on the 9th, we had reps from not only Mumia Abu Jamal's case, but also from that of Ed Poindexter, free them all. Free them all. That of Veron Zabawas, free them all. Free them all. That of Imam Jamil El-Amin, free them all. Free them all. That of the Samadoun Palestinian Political Prisoner Network. Free them all? Free them all! Free Palestine? Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! We're going to free Palestine from the river to the sea. But it was beautiful. That's right. But it was beautiful to see so many other campaigns on board, because Mumia always reminds us it's not just about his case. He always says and reminds us, family, go ahead and free Ed Poindexter. Go ahead and free Kamal Siddiqui. Go ahead and free Rochelle McGee. Go ahead and free London Peltier. Now is the time, family. They've been in there 40, in some cases 50 years. longer than many of us out here have been alive. And so that page is still up to watch our virtual rally. You can look it up on YouTube, December the 9th on Hate 56. On YouTube, you'll see the whole virtual rally, including speakers from Mama Julia Wright and so many others. I want to bring up our next speaker. We'll keep forward, y'all. Free them all? Free them all! Free Mumia! Free Mumia!
Said all power to the people?
All power to the people.
Man, I said all power to the people?
All power to the people.
I said all power to the people.
All power to the people.
Hey, look, I know it's raining out here, hey, but I'm happy to be out here. Yes, sir. Most of the time out here, I talk to people that don't understand what I'm talking about. But right now, I'm in the presence of family. If you left out your house and you came here to show solidarity for our comrade and brother, you are my comrade. Like, I'm not just saying this just to be saying it. Yo, I understand every sacrifice that each and every one of you make because we all make them together. Hey, look, I have no faith in the system. I am a Panther. I am representing New African Black Panther Party out of North New Jersey. I came here with my comrade Monique. We jumped in the car and we said we got to drive down here from North New Jersey to show solidarity. Just like everybody else here did. You got in your car, you paid that toll, you drove in that rain, you paid that gas. Ain't nothing out here free. But I don't believe in these institutions of white supremacy. No. None of them. No. Yo, we here to support Mumia because he was fighting for everybody. He was writing, speaking up about what's going on in the communities, what's happening to people in the communities. That's why he was targeted. I don't care about all the stuff they say, whatever else they're saying. We know why he was targeted. Because he was doing what you are doing now. Yo, you could be driving home right now and they could grab you and lock your ass up. Right? And the only thing we could do is come to court, write letters to these crooked politicians, to these officials that ain't gonna do shit. Like, I'm tired of that shit. It's a new day. Right. I'm in North New Jersey. I'm not in New York. I'm not in Philly. I'm not in DC. But what I do know is as a Panther, we have to build our own dual contending powers. We have to build our own institutions. We have to work in our communities and then come out and find the rest of our brothers and sisters and link up to keep the fight going. And I'm not talking about going to go bag dumb up there for freedom, going to DC. Fuck Biden. Biden is showing you he's busting unions. The young sister just told you this son of a bitch is busting unions. So what am I going to this son of a bitch? There's nothing they can give us. We all work. Everybody out here got a job and you're paying your bills somehow. We need to pull our resources and build our institutions. That's the only way we beat these people. They will never free us. Just like we fight for Mumia, there's tens and thousands of more that they're locked up that we don't know about. Somebody handed me a flyer of Julian Assange. He's white. What did he do? All he do was show them killing people in helicopters, pointing their guns down and mowing down people, mowing you down, mowing the people. This is us that they're killing. They're killing the people so they can maintain power and keep their power and their money and their prestige. That's what they're doing. It's us against them. I mean, right now they got police over here. Those are our kids. What are our kids doing protecting them? Because we have no institutions to teach them not to protect the enemy. Right. So you want to solve this? Yo, we all need to link up because we're the one that's here. We need to build these institutions in our communities so we can be powerful. The only power we have is people power. That's it. We don't have the guns. We don't have the money. We don't have nothing. Without us, all of this shit crumbles. Without the people, all the institutions will die. So until we come together and think on that strategical standpoint, we will never get liberated. We will never get reparations for the shit they've been doing to us. And this is where I stand. I'm not going to change tomorrow. I'm not going to change 10 years from now because I stand on the side of philosophy and ideas, not people that pay you, put money in your pockets. Now, because I live in North New Jersey, we have a black mayor. He's supposed to be radical. The nigga just another Uncle Tom. He's just a politician. That's what he's doing. Ras Baraka, the dude in Mississippi, whatever his name is, all these black people using our culture to serve white supremacy, we must call them out. Because they're the ones gentrifying us. I mean, I'm here, yo, I'm glad, I'm happy to be here. Real talk, because I get to see you people. On a daily basis, I feel like I'm going crazy, because people are telling me to vote for Biden. So I'm happy to be amongst y'all. I said all power to the people.
All power to the people.
I said all power to the people.
All power to the people.
I love y'all.
Much love, much love, much love, much love. We're going to say build the block.
Build the block.
Build the block.
Build the block.
Build power.
Build the block.
Build the block.
Build the block.
Build power.
Build power.
Build the block.
Build the block.
Build power.
Build power.
We say all the time, you know, people that give out flyers understand that the first flyers that should be given out should be in your damn neighborhood. See, oftentimes we want to go to the political venue, the political spoken word spot, the political store, before your damn neighbors know that Mumia Abu Jamal has a trial coming up. Build the block.
Build the block.
Build power.
Build power.
How we build power is, I don't care if my neighbor has seen this flyer for the 5th time, for the 6th time, for the 20th time, for the 1,000,000th time. What they know is Brother Gabe and the family is about trying to free Mumia Abu Jamal. What they know is we're trying to build power. We're trying to organize, mobilize, strategize, and galvanize. That's our goal. And we're going to realize those freedom dreams. What are you doing locally on your block in your neighborhood to do this work? Day to day, routine to routine. And once again, not just when it's convenient, when you're amidst the masses of the group, right? What are you doing in your own space when nobody's looking? Knocking on the door and having those deliberate conversations with neighbors and loved ones saying, yo, did you know that so-and-so and so-and-so? Did you know about Mumia Abu Jamal's case? Did you know about Veronica Barrett's case? Did you know about Ed Poindexter? Do you know what that is? Well, let's look at that on my phone real quick. Wow, is that deep? Yeah, I'm gonna give you a flyer next week, man, and come out to the event. Small steps. Small steps. Don't tell me that you're an organizer if you're not bringing new folks to the table. I'm gonna say it again. Don't tell me that you're an organizer if you're not bringing new folks to the table. That's the role of the organizer. Not to be in some ego-fed space where you're always the one in front and in charge. So we're gonna bring up our next speaker family and keep this thing pushing. Come on, brother.
Hey, family, how's everybody? My name is Raza Khan. I'm with Nation Time Judicial Research. And what we do is legal research for free for indigent individuals out in all the institutions nationwide. And we have one decree. No one is above the law. No one. And Mumia is an example for the world. And the more they press him, the more he's going to kick their ass, because that's the decree. The creator is in charge of this thing.
Say that.
He should have been out, 35 years ago. There is no such shit as the Mumia exception. We're not looking for favors. All we want them to do is follow the law. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he got a case where 4 or 5 people cases has been dismissed with less than he had. You know what I'm saying? The Batson case, quite a few cases that he had. And they give it to them, and when it turned around for Mumia, they said, he can't have it. There's no such thing as the Mumia exception. They breaking the law. What we have to do is make them follow the law. You know what I'm saying? We'll be in the same predicament. That's why I wear this shirt. Hitler didn't just jump into Germany and took over. He went in as chancellor. After he got in, he changed the voting laws. He changed all the rules like they are doing now. We are in danger, big danger. And it's a blessing that Mumia is here to spread this across the world. You know what I'm saying? As long as they keep treating them unjustly like they're doing, it's spread, it's going out. And we got to remember, no one is above the law. We listen to the bullshit Republicans and the Democrats. You know what I mean? They say, we wish the Republicans would step up and admit to their crimes. They don't have to do that. They violated the law when they refused to vote Biden in as president. Look it up, don't take my word for it. 5 USC 7311 says that if you violate your oath of office, you forfeit your fucking seat. They don't even have the standing. That's what they call it, standing. They don't even have the standing to bring up a complaint against nobody. You got 174 Republican representatives that have no right to even be there, but nobody is bringing it up. We got to make them follow the law. And Mumia will be home. He ain't looking for no favor. He wants them to follow the law.
Follow the law. Free them all, free them all, free them all, free them all. You want to make sure if anybody over here also, any more speakers don't want to come through, but yes, you want to come through.
All right, thank you. Free Mumia. Free Mumia and all political prisoners. Free Peltier and all political prisoners. One of the ones I've been working on besides Mumia for like 40 years, I've been going to demonstrations for Mumia, is the case of Julian Assange. And I passed out some information about Julian, and he didn't do anything. It's amazing. You look at what they got him on, there are really no charges that have any basis in any facts. Nothing he put out has been contradicted as false. All of the information he put out has been redacted along with the government to keep people from being injured. The rape case in the Scandinavian country, it was in Sweden, they dropped the charges. It's all a smokescreen to keep Assange in jail, the truth teller of the 21st century, the biggest free speech case of the 21st century. Mumia, I guess, has got the 20th. But Assange has been promoted by Mumia Abu Jamal. I don't know if you know that. But Mumia has come out for Assange's freedom. Yet these cowardly politicians, all the capitalist politicians, both parties equally, none of the goddamn politicians have come out for Assange's freedom, let alone Mumia's freedom. And Assange is suffering. He doesn't get proper health care. He lives in virtual solitary confinement. Even in court, he wasn't able to sit next to his lawyer. He was in a glass box, separated from his legal support. It's a kangaroo court from a kangaroo president. He's in the Belmarsh prison in London, one of the worst prisons in England, because why? The United States wants him on the Espionage Act. 175 years of penalty they got him on for the Espionage Act that was used to frame up radicals in the early 20th century. And this is the first time a journalist has faced the Espionage Act for revealing the truth. The Pentagon Papers, they didn't go after, I always forget his name, God. Ellsberg, that's right. They didn't go after him to throw him in jail, but now we got a Democrat who's carrying out Trump's agenda with Assange and keeping Mumia Abu Jamal in jail. There's a news blackout on both political prisoners, and that's got to end. I'll just end on one note that's been touched on. Political freedom, democracy in this country, they just try to smash a union. One of the most powerful unions in this country. And I'm a New York transit worker, a former union official, quote unquote. I didn't get any money for it. I don't care. But the Taylor Law is like what Biden put on the railroad workers in New York. And it's a violation of human rights to not allow workers to strike. If you can't strike, you are a slave. So I'll end it there. Thank you everyone for being here for Mumia. Thank you for being here for Julian Assange and all political prisoners. Thank you.
Free them all, free them all, free them all. Free them all, free them all, free them all. So we're going to begin getting reports soon, hopefully. They're saying that we are looking good up there. The text that I received just now says that our folks and our side of stairs looks packed. We're fired up. And we look good up there, y'all. We're looking good up there. So that's the first message up there, you know, is that we're looking good. That our side is packed and full, and that the entire case and courtroom feels our presence. So that's a key importance about this case, was getting here super early to get upstairs. So shout out to that team who's upstairs, because you know, those rooms aren't that big, y'all. We have to get here early, get online, and do what we have to do to be and make our presence felt. One thing also is how we can be sophisticated in our approach. You know, we've had a lot of victories in the past several years. I'm working with some folks now to figure out how we can strategize, because we need not only this front-facing work, but what many don't understand is that there's a lot of behind-the-scenes conversations that have to happen in meetings and rooms in order to make sure that a Herman Bell comes home, in order to write certain letters and receive certain letters so that the Move 9 can come home. We need to have a front-facing offensive, but also self-identified folks as well who are willing to have those uncomfortable conversations to make sure that also on the legal side, we can bring them home. As we build power, as we build revolution, radical. I remember telling the brother one time, an elder came home after 40 years. He said, Brother Gabe, these brothers and sisters have been inside some since 71, some since 77, some since 79. And you have the gall, you have the nerve to tell me that because you don't want to sit in a meeting for half an hour to bring them home, that you'd rather actually have them stay in there? That changed a lot of mindsets, family. And it changed the mindset of, what do you do? If Malcolm told us by any means necessary, what does it mean by any means? We gotta go deeper into that, but we can't always do that out here. There has to be a basement conversation. There has to be an attic conversation. There has to be a behind the scenes conversation on what any means looks like, right? Particularly in 2022, 2023. So we got our next speaker, we got 1, 2 coming up next. We're gonna keep building, y'all. Free them all? Free them all! What's the call? Free them all! What's the call? Free them all! What's the call? Free them all!
Hey, Terrence. Free them all. Free Mumia.
Free Mumia. Free them all.
Power to the people. My name is Tyreek. I am a Black Panther out of New York. I'm a former member of the Black Liberation Army. I spent 17 years in various American death camp prisons as a prisoner of war. Today is a happy day and it's a sad day. As you know, Mutulu Shakur should be getting released today from the prison that he's in. When I got out of prison in 1991, I had breakfast with Mutulu. So I'm very happy to hear that he's getting out. But he was in for such a long time because the parole people did a criminal thing each time they denied him parole. You know, they said that the seriousness of the offense, but all of that is taken into account when they give you the charge, and the charge has a certain sentence to that. So that's taken into account. So what was really going on was that the parole board was exercising their particular feelings towards Mutulu, towards the other people. So that is against the law. So, but we are happy today that Mutulu will be getting out. But this is a sad day today because Mumia is still in. Now my wife's father used to be a Philadelphia police officer, and one day I asked him, what kind of work did you used to do? He said, I used to be a Philadelphia police officer, but they wanted me to carry out nightstick therapy on black people, but he refused to do it, so he quit the force. Now, that is to say that these people are in power by dint of force. They are in power because of force. They are holding Mumia, law enforcement. Law enforcement know more than anyone that Mumia is innocent. They know, the lawyers know, the judges know, every police officer know the procedures that you follow. I shot 2 police, and the first thing they did when they took me in was do a paraffin swab to see if I had shot a gun. So they know, the law enforcement know that Mumia is innocent and he should be out here with us. Now the last time I came here, I was expecting him to receive some favorable treatment from the court, but that didn't happen, and I don't think that's going to happen this morning. But Mumia is an innocent person, and we have to know that these people, they operate on force. And we have to know that what we are dealing with, a lot of crazy people, the authorities are a lot of crazy people, they are former abused children. So what we revolutionaries have to do in our work is to tell people that mothers and fathers have to love their children. Both of them have to love their children. And this way they won't turn out people like these police here who want to kill people, go around bombing whole buildings, occupied buildings. So we have to do that. We have to know that. So we want to know that Mumia is innocent, and law enforcement, they know better than anyone that Mumia is innocent. So we have to free all of our political prisoners, and we have to have power to the people. Thank you very much.
Power to the people! 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 So I just got a message because the brother mentioned Dr. Mutulu Shakur, and this is the update report from the Mutulu support campaign. This went out about 5 minutes ago. On December 16, 2022, the Malcolm X Residence Movement is pleased to announce that Dr. Mutulu Shakur, a 72-year-old grandfather, healer, and elder, was released from prison today. Give it up, y'all. He was granted parole November 10th by the Federal Parole Commission. After 36 years in prison, he is finally able to spend time with his family, and we want to make sure that we respect these precious moments. Here are the official channels to donate. You can go to @FreedomForMutulu on PayPal. That's again @FreedomForMutulu on PayPal. You can also go to CAD, that's CAD, national.org, which is a community aid and development corporation. All donations will go directly to friends and family of Dr. Mutulu Shakur. As we know, with all political prisoners and prisoners in general, when they're released, you still got to remain, raise funds for themselves, for his family, medical care, health care, just being able to live after being away for 36 years. So if you can, go to those sites to provide some donations, send your orgs to those sites for donations, and also rewatch this live stream, and also go back to it if you can, and share it out to your folks so that everybody knows where to go and how to support our brother. But after today, our brother's home, y'all. Woo! Yep. MutuSupport.com is good too as well. Thank you everybody for tapping in. I'm gonna get to our next speaker.
What's going on, everybody?
Also, real quick to the family, y'all know me, I'm gonna say it again. We want to also make sure that this is a gender-balanced conversation. So I don't want to put the spotlight on anybody, but we've seen a lot of men up here. So I want to make sure that if you are women, gender expansive, come to the microphone as well. We want to hear your voice.
Yeah. Thank you, bro. How's everybody doing? You know, I'm so happy to hear that the brothers coming home because I'm an impact, what they call an impacted individual. I just came home myself August 19th of this year. And my name is Ibrahim, thank you, Mama, you know. And I represent my mama for the females. I represent females and males. It doesn't matter what your gender, what you decide, it doesn't matter anything. Your life is your life. That's why I believe in freedom, guys. Not just because I experienced incarceration and I see the negative impact. It's so amazing that it seems like every jail is called the Department of Corrections, but they don't ever measure how many people they corrected. They always measure how much punishment. So it's really the Department of Punishment. And they're punishing Mumia. But I'm here to motivate us because even though I'm impacted and even though we feel for Mumia, we're winning. We're winning because I look around and I see so many different kind of people here. And if you notice, sometimes when you see things that are quote unquote conservative, it's always one kind of people. They call it monolithic. But when we have a movement that can get so many people that it doesn't matter about your race or your gender or your orientation or whatever it's about what's right. And I thank the government for making it so easy in this Mumia case to see that they're wrong and we're right. Just like they did with George Floyd, we had to see it. So I'm saying that we're winning because I see so many people here and we got to get motivated because there's a lot of guys that I saw walking in there like me. Future Mumia, that's what I call us. We're future Mumia. So if we don't work hard to get this Mumia, there's going to be a lot more to come. But I say we're winning, so we got to stay motivated. We gotta shout louder. I don't know if y'all ever had a release date. Your release date is one of the best days of your life.
That's right.
And that's today for the brother Mutulu Shakur. So let's just give a round of applause, chant, scream, and let's put that energy to every other future Mumia that's gonna walk through here. Thank you.
Yeah, come on.
Right, that's right. Mutulu's free, y'all. Mumia be free next.
I'm from Brooklyn, New York.
You already know, BK the building, you already know what it is. What part of BK though? What part of BK though? I just had to ask. You already know. We had to take a little break real quick, a little pause. Come to the mic, baby.
Hello. You know we women ain't got no problem speaking up because we won't live it down. And I love when they said educate a man, you educate a man, but educate a woman, you educate a nation. Because we're the ones with compassion, with love, with heart. The ones who keep you up when you're in. Make sure you get out, get up, and still I rise. I have 2 moments of fame. I was at the March on Washington with Martin Luther King Jr. in 1963. This button is original. And what were we there for? Jobs, justice, and freedom. Voting rights, jobs, justice, and freedom. What are we still fighting for? Jobs, justice, freedom, and voting rights. Because you will not do what's right. I also had the chance to meet William Kunstler, who defended many of our fighters. In Scranton, Pennsylvania, where I grew up, he came to speak. And I said, okay, 1865, 68, 70, we got the 13th, 14th, 15th Amendment. Why don't they just follow the law? He said, they don't want to. It's that simple. They don't want to. It is easier and better for them to stay in power than to release us. That's why we have to take our own power. The second thing I got famous for was 3 years ago. I went up to the mayor in the gym in New York, de Blasio, and asked him what was he going to do about homelessness after I'd been in a homeless shelter 5 years. What's you going to do? And he's like, I'm in the middle of my work. This isn't the right place for this. And I'm like, excuse me? What are you going to do? You have a new housing program, 300,000 units. The homeless will only get 5,000? 15%? What is your problem? You're giving the people who need the least the most help.
Yes.
And we want you to help the people who need it the most. Give them the most help. We need the most justice. We need the time. We need the housing. We need the reparations to pay us back for all our labor. You know the Swiss bank has to pay reparations to Israel. You know why? Because they said all those gold pieces you came here and melted down, gold teeth, eyeglasses, all kinds of pieces off of people's bodies. Did you ever have deposits like that before the Nazis came? And they said no. They said that's why you're going to pay. So everybody who's involved with enslaving us and keeping us enslaved needs to pay. Aetna, every insurance company that insured every slave ship to this day is making billions of dollars off of us. Everybody who benefited. Philly, these buildings, who built it? Who built everything? We built the White House. We built D.C. What did we not build? And we will not stand back anymore and let them lie on us. This is why they had Julian Assange. This is why. That's why Snowden had to leave this country. What did Snowden do? He told you the government is watching you 24/7. They're listening to you 24/7. They have every text you ever wrote 24/7. And people were like, huh? The government wouldn't do that. Oh, think again. There's the proof here. The proof is here with Mumia. The government does whatever it wants, when it wants. And that's why we the people are here to change it. Because it says the government of, by, and for the people, not by the politicians, the corrupt politicians, the bought-off witnesses, the lying DAs. In New York, we had a governor named Pataki. This is an advantage of being 76. Do you know what he did? He passed a law that said you cannot sue the DA or the police if they do you wrong and get you in jail and get you into a plea deal. And then the evidence comes out later, which is why we have discovery now. We fought for years to get discovery now. If Mumia had discovery, he wouldn't be in jail. Because you have to tell the other side what you know so I can defend it. Now we have discovery. We didn't have discovery then. This is why so many of our people are in jail. Because the DA is not required to tell you what they know till you go to trial. And they've already convinced you, take a plea deal. And that plea deal got you in jail for what? It had Douglas in jail from a 2.5-year sentence for 34 years. We hear stories like this every day. We're tired of it. We don't want it anymore. We want the truth. When we vote for you, we want you to do what's right, do the right thing. Yeah, it was Ruby D's stunt double and do the right thing. I happen to be an actor too. And I was like the first black mother goose in New York. This is what I did. Now this is what I do. I'm here to tell the people the truth, remind you of who you are and whose you are. We are God's chosen people. We are the first race on the planet. Everyone here, as our brother just said, is different and the same because we all have the DNA of Lucy, that first African woman they found in Olduvai Gorge. Everyone here is African. Isn't that awesome? So join your people and come over here and stand with us because no justice,
no peace.
No justice,
no peace.
No justice,
no peace.
No justice,
no peace.
Free Mumia Abu Jamal.
Free Mumia Abu Jamal.
Freedom all.
Freedom all.
Free Mumia Abu Jamal.
Free Mumia Abu Jamal.
Freedom all.
Freedom all. Yes.
So we did get a report from upstairs, but we're going to announce it in a few minutes because we're still getting clarity on it, on this case.
They got a decision?
Well, not quite yet. We're going to get to that in a second. I want to announce it in a couple seconds just in case we get some more clarity. But no, as far as the decision is concerned. One thing I want to share too, family, is that she mentioned museums and you know, one strategy. You know, I've always, as a historian, had a very complicated relationship with museums since a child because I understand that colonizers are grave robbers, and our museums are full of graves that have been, excavated and, taken asunder and torn asunder and pillaged and, it's just disgusting stuff. But I raised that because many of us know in Philadelphia, the UPenn Museum, those no good bastards, in the past couple of years, during the course of the pandemic, were found guilty because they had the remains of 2 of the children for the moon bombing in '85. Not only did they have them, but they have been taught in schools and in colleges and, all sorts of just dastardly, evil, wicked things that these people do. And so I'm reminded of that, but I'm also reminded of the fact that the son of these 2 daughters were actually able to get the remains about a month and a half ago and have them finally, after 37 years, buried in a healthy manner with the family. Can you imagine that?
That's against the law.
If you can imagine, think about that for a second. May 13th, 1985, the Philadelphia police and its cronies in the government drop a bomb on a home at 6221 Osage Avenue, killing 11 people, 5 children. MOVE organization, right? All of a sudden now, I won't give you the ugly details that I've heard through the years of what was found about people due to a goddamn explosion and fire. I won't give you those dirty details that I've read from the coroner's office. I won't get to it. But if you can picture the parents of these children not even knowing that all these years, these institutions actually had the remains of your children, that you were told by this office and that office were either destroyed or, just sent away, only to be told 37 years later that actually we have them, here you go. Think about the trauma of that. Like we talk about, we use words like triggering trauma too often, family. That's like, beyond trauma. We're dealing with some vicious, evil, disgusting, lower than low, scum of the earth people, man. You know what I mean? Like, these are the people that don't give a damn. They're willing to kill themselves in order to execute their own plans to destroy you and I. Think about that also. They're willing to kill themselves to destroy you and I. I mean, I don't want to get too deep. But we have systems that are in place that are structural, that are trying to destroy humanity at any and all costs. And so without a concerted effort out of masses of people, we need to make sure and ensure that generations yet to come and the unborn yet to come have a freedom dream and a freedom life that they can live out. Perhaps way after we're dead and gone, in the ground somewhere. But hopefully tonight, when we've all left this space, we can think about those damn dreams, man. What does it mean to have a child in 2062, not 2022? What are they doing in 2072? What are those children in Philadelphia doing in 2072? And what foundation have we laid for them? Because time is going to go. Whether we're here or not, days are going to keep moving forward. So babies are going to be born. What are they going to be born into? That's right. So this legacy work is so critical, which is why we're thankful for this movement being intergenerational, for our elders, for our young people, for our new and our seasoned. Everybody got to be on board because everybody got a contribution. Is that right? Right. Is that right? Right. Is that right? Right. Peace, peace, peace to the family. So we want to announce through real quick. I think we may have some updates. I want to get the official update once they come down. I can tell you that they're going to be on their way down.
I just came down.
You came down. Most folks are down. Peace, peace, peace. And so we can give you little of what I know, but I'll make sure that we get the official announcement from if we have someone here.
I can give the simplified version, and then someone more.
Indeed. So we'll have. Is it Chris? Sarah. My bad. Sorry about that, Sarah.
I usually have a guitar.
Yeah, exactly. I don't be messing. So I'll make sure that we give the update. I know also Johanna also wants to give an update once she gets down here from a legal perspective. But it sounds like what I'm hearing is that they're actually on the run. But we'll give a quick update. Thank you for being here, Sarah.
Peace, all power to the people.
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 So I've been I didn't take notes, but it wasn't a straight up no today from the judge. The judge is going to make their decision in 60 to 90 days. And the defense has opportunity. Someone more heady can give a better version than me, but just so you're not waiting and anticipating. Our defense side has opportunity to look at the 32 boxes of evidence, because there's a bunch of boxes, right? There's the missing other boxes, but these are the boxes that, no, these are not the missing boxes. These are the boxes that are just exist. Have opportunity to look in those boxes for Batson and the other issue. What's the other one? Brady and Batson related things. So they can look in those boxes for Batson and Brady related things and write give a letter to the judge if they find things. So I think overall this is a good day.
It's a win. Yeah, this is actually a win, y'all. This is a win, y'all. This is a win. This is a win. The text, it's not a loss. There you go. It's not a loss. I'll put it that way. Better way to put it. It's not a loss, because here's the thing, right? See, if you've been in these cases like me before, we knew that even with the Shakur case, we started September 3rd, 2010. We didn't actually win the case until February 2013. Because see, we understand how these things can continue. What happens is, if they're saying that we're going to give them access now to these boxes, and we're saying 60 to 90 days to do that, that means the judge who told us in October that she had intent to dismiss is now thinking, okay, hold up.
Let's dig a little more.
Let's dig a little more.
Dig a little deeper.
Maybe there's some legal holes in there that we need to expose. Maybe those folks downstairs railing in the goddamn rain all morning, fired up, got a message for the people. Maybe we're in a different climate of freedom. Maybe we're in a different climate of liberation. Maybe now is the time to get free. Maybe now is the time for Mumia to come home. Maybe Mutulu is home. She got a text and said, goddamn. 60 to 90 days is not a loss. What it means is we got them on their heels. We got them on their heels. Because now the judge is saying to the team, guess what? Look at these mysterious boxes. Now you have access to them to look through them, and we'll get the official update as well. I want to make sure that we get some folks, maybe from our legal team, once they get downstairs. They're probably still meeting discovery, right? But once again, family, this is why it's important to show up. This is the importance of showing up with your signs, with your organization, making those trips from NYC to Jersey, right? Who else is here? Philly's here, of course. Maryland's here. Detroit is here in the building. They've been here all week. Detroit is here all week. Minneapolis is here. Oakland's on here. Everybody's streaming. Peace to the family. You already know what it is.
Free them all.
But we're going to free Mumia Abu Jamal. I want to thank everybody who packed the courts. Oh, I thought you was my bad. Yeah. Uhuru. So I'm looking for the team so they can give that report. I see a couple of folks. They're coming out. But again, not the loss, y'all. It seems to me like we're winning.
When we fight,
So,
we win.
When we fight, we win, y'all. And here's the plan, too. The goal is that, hold up, I'm looking for our team.
Want the attorneys to come up.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna need, so we can get that official update. And we're also gonna move too, because after that we're gonna do a little debrief. We gotta spot the way, we're gonna hit the scripts a little bit, right? Let everybody know what's going on, and we're gonna also debrief properly, all right? But let's get this update going. As always, we got the word. We understand what's happening.
Right, Johanna.
This is, hold up. This is our champion right here. This is everybody who we love.
Right, Johanna.
Dr. Johanna Fernandez.
All right.
To give us a little update on what's going on upstairs. Mobilize us.
All right.
Yeah. Hey.
Brick by brick.
Wall by wall.
We're gonna free
Mumia Abu Jamal. Brick by brick. Wall by wall. We're gonna free Mumia Abu Jamal. Brick by brick. Wall by wall. We're gonna free Mumia Abu Jamal. Brick by brick. Wall by wall. We're gonna free Mumia Abu Jamal. Brick by brick.
All right.
Wall by wall. We're gonna free Mumia Abu Jamal.
How we looking?
We're looking good. We're looking good because no decision was made today. No decision was made today because the facts are weighty. And what are the facts? The facts are that there are documents that emerged recently as early as January 2019, which clearly suggest that the main witnesses in this case were bribed. A letter by Robert Chobert, the star witness in the case, who said that he saw what happened and he allegedly saw Mumia. He wrote a letter with his handwriting asking the lead prosecutor in the case, Joe McGill, where is my money? Where is the money promised? I've been trying to reach you for some time. Those words are not equivocal. Those are words that merit further investigation. There is also other evidence that suggests that the prosecutor was looking for leniency for the other star witness, Cynthia White. What? Let me know what you decide. She had over 30 violations in different courts as a sex worker, and he insisted in multiple documents that he be consulted first before any major decision on her conviction be made. Those are facts that cannot be challenged and for which we need an evidentiary hearing. That is essentially the conclusion, that more time is needed. She asked for 60 to 90 days to make her decision. And what does that mean for us? That means that what you have been doing in this town, talking about the moral assignment of our generation, to free the people behind bars that were put in there unjustly. We're talking about a kind of punishment system that punishes people of color, working class people, and lets the real criminals in this society go free. That is the inequality, the racism in this system that we are challenging, and these are the issues that she has to weigh. For the media that's here, a court stenographer, Terry Mora Carter, white woman with no interest in this case, said that she overheard the judge in the case, Albert Sabo, the original judge in this case, say, quote, "I'm going to help them fry the N-word," referring to how he was going to instruct the jury. There is a context of white supremacy and racism that colors this case, that influence this case. In fact, the fact that you can have two witnesses as incredible as Robert Chobert and Cynthia White. Robert Chobert was convicted of throwing a Molotov cocktail into a schoolyard. He was driving with 2 DWIs and no license. How else can you accept that as credible truth in a courtroom, if not in a system where the lives of the black defendants do not matter? So it's racism, in fact, that props up the system that allows such shenanigans in the courtroom to begin with. Essentially, we sat there for about an hour and a half in which our attorneys raised the fact, which I had not heard raised in the courtroom officially, that there was a fourth person at the crime scene.
That's right.
This was said by our attorneys in the courtroom, that there was a fourth person at the crime scene, and that person was the person who's responsible for the killing of Officer Faulkner. Why this information? Because we know that we in the streets, we who've read the transcripts, we who've studied the case, we who've read over and over the Amnesty International report, we know that this is an unjust show trial of a case. Why a show trial? Because Mumia, like many others who are imprisoned, political prisoners of the Black Power era, of the Civil War era, there needed to be a show trial in this country with a black radical to send a message to those of us who are courageous and want to resist the state. The government in this country wanted to tell all of us that if you challenge the system, if you stand up for justice, there will be a high price to pay. That is why Mumia is behind bars. I want to just remind people that Mumia is the victim of police brutality. He was shot. He was shot in the stomach by Officer Faulkner. And then when other police officers came in, they battered his head into a pole numerous times. He was beaten within an inch of his life. Mumia is a victim of the criminal punishment system. He is also a victim of police brutality. In this post-George Floyd moment, we are standing here to say that we need our brother home. We need to bring Mumia home. We need to acknowledge that he is a victim of police brutality and a corrupt court system, and his only crime is having survived an encounter with the brutal racist cops in this town. We've been working hard for the last month and a half, since October 26th, and because of our work at the grassroots, on the ground, talking to the media, talking to our sisters and our brothers in the church, on the street, in our schools, we've created a conversation in this town about what happened in the courtroom and whether we are going to stand for justice or we are going to stand with the echoes of the white supremacist and slavery past of this country. And today, the fact that no decision was made after we were promised a decision on December 16th said that we won. We won. This is a victory for our side. We need to continue. This is actually the moment to fight harder. This is really the moment to fight harder and make sure that light and justice prevails. There were other people in the courtroom. I'll just end by saying that unfortunately the prosecutors, the only stone they knew to stand on was the false notion that we didn't properly file papers in a timely manner. Does justice have a timeline? No. Does justice have to wait? No. No. There is no time bar or timeline for adjudicating justice, for handing over. In fact, what we need now is remediation. Immediately remediation. In any other system, Mumia would be free now after the emergence of this incriminating evidence. There was a lot that happened in the courtroom. All of these arguments were articulated, but the fact is that we now, listen to this, will have the right to look at the 30 boxes, not the 6, but the 30 boxes that emerged over the course of the last court hearings with Leon Tucker. So that's another huge victory. So we will go to the prosecutor's office, and we need to put pressure on the prosecutor's office to do the right thing and stand for justice. We will be, our attorneys have been given permission to look at the 30 boxes for any other evidence of a Brady violation. That means prosecutorial misconduct and the hiding of evidence by the prosecutor that could potentially be exculpatory, and the Batson claim, discrimination in jury selection. So we will be very busy at work looking at those boxes to look for more incriminating evidence. We know that the cops cooked up the crime scene. The Polakov photographs show that clearly. So this really is a victory on our part, but we cannot go to sleep now. Victory is near. We need to make sure that our brother walks amongst us here in Philadelphia imminently, soon. Thank you so much for being here in the rain. We need to free Mumia, and we need to free them all.
We're going to free Mumia Abu Jamal. Say what? Okay. Who? Huh? Say what? That's right. Who? Huh? That's right. All power to the people. We're going to free Mumia Abu Jamal. All power to the people. All power to the people. All power to the people. So, no power to these people. You know, it's funny. I always think about Mama Pam. She's like, these jokers ain't even getting up to be pigs. Hey, man, I want to say this too. It's time to organize. Is that right? Yeah. I said it's time to organize. Time to organize. It's time to strategize. It's time to galvanize. It's time to agitate. And I want to ask a simple question. Does anybody want to hit the streets? Yeah. I said, does anybody want to hit the streets? Because we got a message for the people of Philadelphia. Not only do we have a message for the people of Philadelphia, but we also have a space for us to do a little extended debrief. Yeah. To figure out what we need to do. See, when you organize, you understand that while there's a hearing going on upstairs, there's time to have a meeting in another space as well. Right? So we're gonna hit the streets, y'all. We are fired up. We ready to win? Y'all ready to win? Yeah. Y'all ready to win? Y'all ready to win? Y'all ready to win? So we're gonna get some signs together, some banners together, and if you can't do it with the streets, If you have a different ability and may need a ride, let us know, and we can get you a ride to our location. We're only going, for those who are not in Philadelphia, our march is only about 8 blocks, so it ain't too far, but it's good enough that we can get things fired up, all right? Sound good? Not saying the address on the mic, but what I will do is make sure that we can share out the info, and for those who are driving, we'll give y'all the information, all right? Sound good? Yeah! All right, y'all. Where's Brother Kamal? Thank you, Baba. We're going to use the bullhorns for the march.
We're leaving now. We're at the car.
Yeah, if anybody needs a vehicle, and if anybody can use a ride, we're going to please raise your hands so we can coordinate for those that have different abilities. You're going to walk? Get you guys to our location. You need a ride, right? Yes. Okay. Come out.
No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace!
I just come out of the courthouse.
Break! We're gonna free Mumia Abu Jamal! Break! Wall by wall! We're gonna free Mumia Abu Jamal! Break! Wall by wall! We're gonna free Mumia Abu Jamal!
You good, right? So,
That would be even better. You never know. I mean, imagine if they found
what we want to do is we want to
Give out flyers on the march.
Oh, you just said? Thank you so much.
You can give out flyers for the route.
Anybody needs flyers for the route? Yeah, because it's going to be hard for you, you know what I'm saying? But it's going to be well, it's the same thing. So as long as they actually do it, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Anybody else need flyers? They should be on the wall.
And we do find an Instagram. We should get a fucking website. I have an LLC.
We're gonna have to take a vote on it.
Anybody need flyers?
I don't want to make a decision. Huh? No. The thing is that
Do you want to go in the car or you want to walk?
no. We have some people that don't want to stay until 2 o'clock. They want to go out.
Oh, Wawa in my life.
All right, so why don't we stay
Yeah, I'm on board. But what we are asking where all of these facts surrounding the case can be reviewed at the same time.
Discovery.
Can you spell your name for us?
Yes, my name is Johanna Fernandez, and it's spelled Johanna, Fernandez, Fernandez. I have one more thing. The big elephant in the room that has not been mentioned is that the UN working group of experts on people of African descent stepped in at the 11th hour with an amicus brief, a friend of the court document in support of Mumia, which reminded the judge that the court stenographer in this case, Terry Moore Carter, was overheard saying by the lead judge that presided over the case, initially Albert Sabo, he was overheard saying by the court stenographer, quote, "I'm going to help them fry the N-word," referring to how he was going to instruct the jury. If you look at all of the problems in this case, honestly, Mumia would be free today. Thank you.
Truth shall rise.
Thank you.
Let the truth rise.
Sir, what is your name?
Dan, 6 ABC, Fox, CBS, Fox 29. Adam Fox with CBS.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I guess we'll see you in the next time.
Yeah.
Put the heights in there. Put the heights. Put the heights. I'm here to make you proud, brother. It's okay. I got it.
I'm going to drive you.
Battle Los Angeles came out.
Yeah, whenever you all want to take the road, I'll blast the road. I'm down to blast.
I don't know. What did they say? Are we going to the final?
Well, I'm not sure, but
Yeah, and Rage was actually letting. Are you guys going to march? Did Joe leave?
Okay, Troop yet?
Yeah. Where's he at? Oh, right here. Hey, Joe.
Gabe, I have room for one more.
Well, here's the thing. Can I put stuff in your car?
Yeah.
Like, where you park?
In the parking lot. Right there.
Okay.
That's
Well,
why.
do you need...
Yeah, I don't have it. I have some room. I don't have.
I have the only thing saving me is on December 16th, and in fact, she issued an intent to dismiss opinion. So her mind was made up, and something about what happened over the last almost 2 months made her take pause. And what happened was that we mobilized. What happened was that we insisted that the truth be presented and talked about in the public sphere. So I thank you enormously for the interview you did with me and with others in the last week. It makes a difference. The question is, whose voice is going to be heard in the courtroom? Is it going to be the voice of the police or the voice of people brutalized by the police in this country?
Yes. All right, now what are our next steps?
Our next steps are to raise the profile of Mumia everywhere, in church, in school, with your neighbor, tell a friend, post about it on social media, go to Love Not Fear, fear spelled with a PHEAR.com, and there you will get instructions about next steps. This is the moment to raise the major points of the amicus brief. We've got a digest that outlines all of the points. We need to have meetings around the case, show movies. I made a film about the case called Justice on Trial, the case of Mumia Abu Jamal.
Man, free that man ASAP!
People need to watch the movies and show them
the movies to their friends, their schools, their pastors. We need to raise the profile of this case that has almost been forgotten.
Yes, definitely, definitely. Thank you so much. Now stand up for me. Can you hold this for me for a moment? Just stick your hand right under there for me.
I'm like, are we taking the threes or?
Yeah.
Which way are you gonna walk? This way or that way? It's that way. Okay, I got two bad knees. That's why I need to know something to get a head on. Thank you.
I'm assuming.
I'm gonna have a knee replacement in January
8th. Historian, and she's been advocating for Mumia Abu Jamal for over 15 years, since the 90s, and she is wonderful. She did an excellent job yesterday on the interview, and every time she speaks on Mumia's behalf, it is very profound. There's an overwhelming amount of evidence to prove Mumia's innocence, and please, as Professor Fernandez just said, we have to mobilize. We have to activate everybody. We have to come together. And what I want to see, this is Philadelphia. I'm a Philadelphian. And where are all of the Philadelphians? We have more people from New York here today, more people from New Jersey here today. Where are you, Philadelphia? Where?
Yes, yes.
It doesn't make sense. You know, I'm a journalist. I'm an advocate. Where are the other journalists and advocates in the city of Philadelphia to stand up for an innocent man who has been framed by racist Philadelphia? It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't
make sense. So I am very upset today because of the lack of showing of my fellow Philadelphians,
but we're
my
going to
fellow
change
journalists.
that.
We're going to change that narrative. We're going to change that. We have 60 to 90 days, everybody. So Philadelphia, I want you to stand up. Please. You have to stand up and be a voice for Mumia. 41 years he's been wrongfully imprisoned, and it's crazy. And to see the wealth of corruption in this case, it's horrendous.
And so many others. A victory for Mumia is a victory for all Philadelphians.
Yes.
Philadelphia, stand up. Philadelphia imprisons more black people than any other district in the country.
Yes.
This is why this case is important.
Yes.
A victory for one is a victory for all of us. But stand up, Philadelphia.
Yes.
And join us.
Yes. Thank you so much. Yes.
You don't love New Jersey either? You don't leave Jersey out?
Are we marching? Are we marching? Are we marching?
Can I
marching? We're marching.
We love your cranberries.
Did the state like live?
We got the streets, y'all. How y'all feel? Who's street? Who's street? Who's street? Who's street? Who's street? Our street. 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 Our street. Our street. Our street. Our street. Our street. When Mumia is under attack, what do we do? When Mumia is under attack, what do we do? What do we do? Stand up, fight back. When Mumia is under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back. When Mumia is under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back. When Mumia is under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back. What do we do? Stand up, fight back. What do we do? Stand up, fight back. When Mumia is under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back. When Mumia is under attack. Stand up, fight back! What do we do? 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 Stand up, fight back!
streets! Our streets! Our streets! Our streets! Our streets! Our streets! Our streets! We got the power! We got the power! We got the power! We got the power! We got the power!
Who got the power?
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 We got the power! We got the power!
Who got the power?
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 We got the power!
Who
streets! Our streets! Our streets! Free them all! Free them all! Free them all! Free them all! Free them all!
What's the call?
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 Free them all! Free them all! Free them all! Free them all! Free them all!
What's the call?
Free them all!
What's the call?
Free them all!
What's the call?
Free them all!
Democracy is under attack. What do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
Barrage the virus under attack. What do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
Under attack. What do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
Endpoint Dexter under attack. What do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
Jojo Bowens under attack. What do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
I say Jojo Bowens is under attack. So what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
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 Leonard Peltier is under attack. So what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
Leonard Peltier is under attack. So what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
Ed Poindexter is under attack. So what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
What do we do? What do we do? Kamal Siddiqui is under attack. So what do we do? I said Kamal Siddiqui is under attack. So what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
Rochelle McGee is under attack. What do we do?
Stand up, fight
I said
back!
Rochelle McGee is under attack. What do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
What do we do?
Stand up, fight
We
back!
say free Ed.
Free
We
Ed!
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 say free Ed.
Free Ed!
We say free Ed.
Free Ed!
We say free Ed.
Free
We
Ed!
say free Ed.
Free Ed!
Coronavirus under attack. What do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
Coronavirus under attack. What do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
What's the call?
Free them all!
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 What's the call?
Free them
I
all!
don't give a damn. Whose streets?
Our streets!
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 Whose Free them all!
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 That's right. That's right. That's right. Wall by wall, we gonna who? Say what? What? Who? Say what? Okay.
Wall by wall, we're gonna free Mumia Abu Jamal. Free, free, free.
Wall by wall.
We're gonna free Mumia.
Hope you got your good footwear in. Hope you got your hat on. Alright? But a little rain never hurt nobody, is that right? I said a little rain never hurt nobody, is that right? See, when you fired up, rain don't hit us. When you fired up, rain don't matter. When you fired up, we ain't worried about freedom. That's it. Liberation, that's it. Huh? So, we want to be in alignment. We want to be in coordination. We want to make sure that Philadelphia understands why we're here today.
Yes.
If you have flyers, as we go deeper into Center City, don't forget to hand them things out. We want to make sure that people know what's going on in their own backyard.
Yeah.
The voice of the voiceless. We got a mural, y'all. Mumia Abu Jamal. We gonna all see it. We good?
Yeah.
What's the call? What's the call?
Free all!
What's the call?
Free all!
What's the call?
Free them all!
What's the call?
Free them all!
What's the call?
Free them all! 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 Free them all!
We don't let the enemy control the movement. Is that right?
Say that, Brother Gabe.
I say we don't let the enemy control the rep. Is that right? Is that right? I'm going to say it again. Don't ever in your life let the enemy control the route. Is that right? Damn it, who's street? Our street. Who's street? Our street. Who's street? Our street. Who's street? Our street. Our street. Who's street? Our street. Who's street? Our street. Who's street? Our street. We're moving under attack. What do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
We're moving under attack. What do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
We're moving under attack. What do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
We're moving under attack. What do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
We're moving under attack. What do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
We're moving under attack. What do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
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 We move beyond is under attack. What do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
We gonna hold space real quick.
All right, all right.
Damn it, we gonna hold space real quick.
right. Escort. Liberation needs no escort.
We gonna hold spaces for a second. Let everyone know what's going on right now. In Philadelphia, we're calling for Mumia's freedom.
That's right.
We're calling to make sure that our brother can come home.
Right. Hey, watch your back. Watch your
So
back.
the work is to continue. The work is to make sure. So here's what we're gonna do for the family. I want y'all to be safe, all right? We going straight. Is that all right? We going straight. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Watch your left. Watch your right. But then when we going straight.
Our streets. 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 Our streets.
Whole street.
Our streets.
Whole street.
Our streets.
Everybody all right?
Honk your horn for Mumia. Honk your horn for Mumia. Honk your horn for Mumia. Free Mumia Abu Jamal. Free all political prisoners. Free them all. Free them all. Free them all.
We gotta be strong, damn it.
War by war.
Honk for Mumia!
Tell me what democracy looks like. This is what
We got that. We got that.
Liberate like we ain't got time.
Right.
Tell me what
Tell me what democracy looks like.
this is what democracy looks like.
Tell me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Tell me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Tell me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Tell me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Tell me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Tell me what democracy looks
Honk for
like.
Mumia!
This is what democracy looks like.
Tell me what democracy looks like.
Honk for Mumia, y'all! Honk for Mumia!
Honk for Mumia.
Honk for
So we gotta keep going straight, because we got like 4 blocks away.
Honk
We
for
on our way.
Mumia!
We on our way.
Honk for Mumia!
We on our way.
Honk for Mumia!
Honk
Honk
for
for
Mumia.
Mumia! Honk for Mumia! Honk your horns for Mumia!
Honk your horn.
Honk for Mumia.
Honk for
Mumia.
Honk for Mumia.
We almost there, y'all. We close. We're close. We're about 2 blocks away. We almost there. Show me what democracy looks like. 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 This is what democracy looks like. Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Who got the power?
We got the power.
I say who got the power?
We got the power.
I say who got the power?
We got the power.
I say who got the power?
We got the power.
I say who got the power?
We got the power.
I say who got the power? Who got the power? Free Mumia. Honk for Mumia. Honk for Mumia. Ain't no politics. People don't stop. People don't stop. Ain't no politics.
Show support for Mumia! Honk that horn for Mumia! Show some support!
When Mumia is under attack, what do we do? When Mumia is under attack, what do we do? When Mumia
go, Ted. It's good. It's good. It's good. No doubt. No doubt.
We say all power to the people.
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 We say all power to the people.
All power to the people.
All for Mumia.
All for Mumia.
We say all for Mumia.
All for Mumia.
We say all for Mumia.
All for Mumia.
We say all for Mumia.
All for Mumia.
That's right, all for Mumia.
All for Mumia.
We say all for Mumia.
All power to the people.
All power to the people! All power to the people! All power to the people! No power to these pigs, y'all! Make some noise! Make some noise! Yeah! We're racing at one time. When we fight, we win! 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 When we fight, when we fight, when we fight,
We win.
when we fight, when we fight, all for Mumia! All for Mumia!
Hard for Mumia.
All for Mumia!
Hard for Mumia.
All for Mumia!
Hard for Mumia. Honk your horn. Yeah.
No justice! No racist ass police! Come on! No justice! No justice! No justice! Here we go! No racist ass police! Hey! No justice! No justice! No justice! No justice! Okay, no justice! No racist ass police! One time, no justice! No racist ass police! Come on, no justice! No racist ass police! Who said no justice? No racist ass police! Come on, no justice! No racist ass police! One time, no justice! Come on, no racist ass police!
No justice.